What's up? My name is Boom, Crazy Boom to you, and you're watching Good Weekend, Bad Weekend. Let's get right into it. Now, number 5 for Bad Weekend is Union Berlin, who drew 1-1 with Wolfsburg from a late equaliser from Wolfsburg in the 80th minute. After taking the lead, it's just not a good weekend. And Union Berlin just can't seem to win in the league since that 3-0 loss to Bayern. What's happening? Number 5 good weekend is Napoli. Napoli, they won 2-0 to Atalanta. Just a normal Napoli. Number 5 for good weekend is Napoli. They won 2-0 against Atalanta. It's a very average Napoli performance that they've been doing all season, which is just winning. 2 really good goals in this one, and they just keep their progression at the top of the league. That's all I can say, and that's why they're number 5 for good weekend. Number 4 for bad weekend is another German club, and this time it's Dortmund, who drew 2-2 with their rival Schalke, which is just not a result you need when you're trying to keep up with Bayern Munich for the Bundesliga title. Bad weekend for them. They never like losing to Schalke. They never like dropping points to Schalke. And they did drop points to 2-2. It's not a loss, but it's dropped points to your local rivals, I believe, in Schalke. Not on. Number 4 for good weekend is we're staying in Italy and we're going to Sassuolo, who won 4-3 against Roma. This was a crazy game that went back and forth with the result-wise, and we even had a red card to Roma. It was a mad result, but Sassuolo managed to hold on despite a late comeback from Roma that they were trying to come on, but brilliant result for Sassuolo. That's why they're number 4. Number 3 for bad weekend is St. Pat's. The St. Pat's lost to Bohemians 2-0. And losing a Dublin derby is never a good weekend, especially when you were the home team and you went down to 10 men in it, which is usually Dublin derby stuff. It's very aggressive, but losing 2-0 with a goal in the first half and a goal after debt is just not a good weekend. And that is why St. Pat's are number 3 bad weekend. Number 3 for good weekend, I am putting Celtic. They won 3-0 against Hearts. Just your normal Celtic Cup performance. And it was the quarterfinals of the Cup, so never an easy task. Hearts pushed them a bit in the game in the league they had just before that, so it was an interesting game. But Celtic dominated, scoring early from Aaron Moy and then controlling the game more than that, scoring again before in the 45th minute and then sealing the deal in the 80th minute for the 3rd goal. It's just a very good performance from Celtic. 20 shots, 9 on target, 65% possession. What more could you ask? And that's why they're in this spot for good weekend. Numero 2 for bad weekend is Shamrock Rovers. Drawing 0-0 to Shelbourne is never good for the reigning champions, but they followed it up by losing 2-1 in the Cup to Bray Wanderers, who are in the tier below in the quarterfinals. And losing 2-1 to Bray is an absolute disgrace. This happened on a Monday, so it's technically still within the parameters why I'm including it in with the 0-0, because those 2 results back to back, a travesty for a team like Shamrock Rovers. And this is the team Bray Wanderers, who just a few years ago couldn't even afford to pay their own team. So, absolute embarrassment for a team like Shamrock Rovers. And that is why Shamrock Rovers are 2 for bad weekend. For number 2, for good weekend, I have put Reims and their manager, Will Still, who's continuing his win streak. Now, Reims gets fined every time this man plays, so it's amazing, but he continues his unbeaten streak by beating Monaco 1-0. From a Balogun goal in the 51st minute. And possession was really 50-50, but more shots were taken from Reims' side, and it paid off. And this feel-good story from Reims continues. Will Still, what can't you do? We'll find out. At some point, I assume. Now we go for number 1 for bad weekend, and that is Liverpool. After winning against United 7-0, they travelled to bottom of the table Bournemouth, where they beat 9-0 earlier in the season at home. So this seemed like a no-brainer result, until it took a turn in the 28th minute when Billing scored to put the host in front, and it stayed like that throughout. Although Liverpool did have the chance to draw the game, but Salah tried to one-up Harry Kane's penalty in the World Cup by blasting it 7 miles wide and straight into my garden. The Roses have still not recovered. And that is why Liverpool are number 1 for bad weekend, because you can't go from winning 7-0 to then losing 1-0 at the bottom of the table. How does that comprehend? How does it even happen? They're an anomaly this season, Liverpool, and I don't know why. There's something weird going on there, and I can't quite put my fingers on it, but that's why they are number 1 weekend. And number 1 for good weekend for this week, I have put Bayern Munich for winning 5-3 against Augsburg. But not only that, Union Berlin dropped points. Dortmund dropped points. That's what you want as a Bayern Munich fan. You want your rivals to drop points. And that keeps you with your 2-point lead at the top of the thing. And all in all, it's been a great weekend for them. Especially when you look at the fact that Augsburg scored first in this game and had control for about 15 minutes of it. But Bayern Munich's talent and firepower came out in the end, and they just pure dominated it overall. Everything but the scoreline with 5-3. So it was just an amazing game. What can I say? Just a very, very good weekend for Bayern Munich fans. That'll do it for good weekend, bad weekend. I've been your host, Crazy Boom. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell. It's the only way you'll keep up to date with our content, and I hope to be on another video this week on this channel talking about Valencia and the downfall of that, so stay tuned for that. And in the few weeks, I have another series that I'm working on. I'm going to bring about the international games, so stay tuned for that. Whether you enjoy non-league football, whether you enjoy watch-alongs, whether you enjoy long-form content, short-form content, it's all here for you. So we hope that you stay, and let's continue to grow together as a community. I will see you in the next video. Until then, stay awesome. Bye.